Dexter Morgan is a blood spatter analyst for Miami Metro Police. He is also a serial killer. By day, he solves murders. By night, he commits them. This is the central contradiction of one of television's most compelling characters. And it forces us to ask a question that most people find deeply uncomfortable. Can a person with no empathy, no conscience, no natural sense of right and wrong still be a moral person? Is Dexter Morgan a hero? Or is he just a monster on a leash? To understand Dexter, you have to understand what he is. He is a psychopath. Clinically speaking, this means he lacks the emotional equipment most people take for granted. He does not feel guilt. He does not feel empathy. He does not feel love the way you do. When someone cries in front of him, he has to consciously remind himself to look sad. He is performing humanity, not experiencing it. This is not his fault. He was born this way. As a child, he showed the classic signs: killing animals, lack of emotional response, fascination with death. His adoptive father, Harry Morgan, saw what Dexter was becoming and made a choice. Harry did not try to cure Dexter. He knew there was no cure. Instead, he gave Dexter a code. Rule 1. Never get caught. Rule 2. Never kill an innocent. The target must be a killer who has escaped justice. And Dexter must verify their guilt beyond any doubt. This is Harry's code. It channels Dexter's homicidal urges into something that looks like justice. It turns a monster into a weapon aimed only at other monsters. And this is where the philosophy gets complicated. Let us test the code against real ethical frameworks. From a utilitarian perspective, Dexter seems to win. Utilitarianism says the moral act is the one that produces the greatest good for the greatest number. Dexter kills people who would kill again. He removes predators from society. The math appears to check out. One dead serial killer equals potentially dozens of saved lives. If Dexter had not killed the Trinity Killer, how many more families would have been destroyed? The utilitarian case for Dexter is surprisingly strong. But now consider Kantian ethics. Immanuel Kant argued that moral acts must be universalizable. You cannot make an exception for yourself. If you believe killing is wrong, it must be wrong for everyone, including you. Dexter violates this completely. He claims to serve justice, but he places himself above the law. He decides who lives and who dies. He is judge, jury, and executioner. Even with the code, he is still a man who kills for pleasure. The code gives him a target. It does not give him morality. This is the deepest crack in Dexter's philosophy. Harry's code was never about making Dexter good. It was about keeping him out of the electric chair. We learn later in the series that Dr. Evelyn Vogel, a psychiatrist who studied psychopaths, helped Harry design the code. She calls it an experiment. She did not believe Dexter could be moral. She believed he could be managed. There is a world of difference between being good and being controllable. Dexter is the latter. And then there is the evidence. Dexter breaks his own code repeatedly. He kills an innocent man in a fit of rage, a photographer he mistakenly believed was a killer. He indirectly causes the death of his wife Rita at the hands of the Trinity Killer because his obsession with Trinity overpowered his judgment. He gets his sister Deb killed. In the original series finale, he kills Deb himself, pulling the plug because her brain damage was irreversible. Deb was innocent. The code said never kill an innocent. And Dexter did it anyway. The code did not fail Dexter. Dexter failed the code. And this is the most important philosophical lesson of the entire series. You cannot outsource morality to a rulebook. If you have no internal moral compass, no matter how good your rules are, you will eventually break them. Because the rules were never inside you. They were a cage built around you by someone else. And eventually, every cage breaks. So is Dexter right? To a limited extent, his actions produce positive outcomes. He removes dangerous people from the world. He saves lives. But that is not the same as being moral. A wolf that only kills other wolves is still a wolf. The code gave Dexter a purpose. It gave him structure. It gave the audience a reason to root for him. But it did not give him a conscience. And in the end, that is what separates Dexter from a truly moral person. Dexter's tragedy is that he wanted to be good. He genuinely tried. He loved his son Harrison. He tried to protect his sister. He tried to be normal. But he was fighting his own biology. And biology usually wins. The show does not give us a comfortable answer. It gives us a devastating one. Some people are born missing a piece of themselves that cannot be replaced. Dexter's code was never morality. It was damage control. And damage control is not the same as being good. The uncomfortable truth is that most of us root for Dexter because we enjoy the fantasy. A killer who only kills bad people. Justice without bureaucracy. Certainty without doubt. But in the real world, there are no Dexters. There are only people who think they are Dexter. And those people do not have Harry's code. They just have the urges. Dexter works as a character precisely because he is fiction. In reality, the line between monster and man does not bend. It breaks.